Show. The co-director of Finding Dory, Angus MacLane. Peter and Andi take a trip to a virtual Tatooine. And much, much more. Now, from the Lucasfilm headquarters, it's the Star Wars Show.
Hello, I'm Peter Townley.
And I'm Andi Gutierrez. Welcome to the Star Wars Show.
The only Star Wars show on the internet that contractually must say the phrase Star Wars at least 15 times per episode or we don't get paid.
Is that true?
I just made that up. Or did I?
Let's check out some Star Wars news. 168 days after its initial release, Star Wars The Force Awakens finally completed its record-breaking theatrical run in North America, banking approximately $936,662,225.
That domestic total makes it the highest-grossing film in North American history, so here's to everyone who went to go see the film in theaters.
Couldn't afford anything bigger?
Yeah, size matters not, Andi.
Moving on to more Celebration news. For the first time in its history, virtual reality will be a part of Star Wars Celebration Europe.
ILMxLAB, in partnership with HTC, are bringing the virtual reality experience Trials on Tatooine to the show floor this summer.
Previously only available at industry events, the virtual reality experience puts you in the role of a Jedi Padawan sent to Tatooine, where you'll rendezvous with the Millennium Falcon and step inside a galaxy far, far away like never before.
But instead of us just telling you about it, Andi and I are going across the hall to ILMxLAB to experience the trials for ourselves. Are you ready, Andi?
Oh yeah, ready.
All right, let me get out of this. Oh boy.
Okay, so hop on in there, move it through the play button, and the experience will start.
Hello everybody, my name is John Gaeta. I am the Executive Creative Director of ILMxLAB, which is Lucasfilm's new immersive entertainment division. I'm very happy to announce that we will be bringing a state-of-the-art virtual reality experience to Celebration in London, Trials on Tatooine. Get yourself over there because you will get to swing a lightsaber in virtual reality. Also, we will be doing a panel, and you will get to meet the key creatives to tell you a little bit about their secret and diabolical plots to bring immersive entertainment to you.
That was incredible.
Tatooine, Andi.
Yeah.
We got to go to Tatooine.
I got to swing a lightsaber.
Where I've always wanted to go, and I'll get to go there again at Star Wars Celebration Europe.
And you can too. Just head to the ILMxLAB booth and try out Trials on Tatooine. Do it. You'll love it. It's incredible.
Hi, this is Steve Sansweet, former head of fan relations at Lucasfilm. I was here when the Star Wars Fan Film Awards first started, and I'm really thrilled that I've been invited back to watch some of the hundreds of films that have been submitted, and I invite you to join the spirit of fandom, watch the films, and pick the audience choice.
Welcome back. I am here with animator, director, screenwriter, and voice actor Angus MacLane, whose new project, Finding Dory, will be in theaters June 17th. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us.
It's great to be here.
So, you are the co-director on Finding Dory.
That's right.
What exactly does a co-director do?
Basically, the co-director is a creative partnership. I'm working to get Andrew's vision up on screen, but I'm involved in pretty much everything that's in making the movie and making sure that if there's anything that's being forgotten, I'm handling it, and also just sort of being a sounding board, a creative partner, as I said. I came from animation, and I worked in story on a number of the films at Pixar, and Andrew had always been a mentor to me and had been an executive producer on Toy Story of Terror, the film I did before this. So it was a natural creative partnership that we decided to continue on this film.
You've worked on a pretty impressive lineup of films, with the exception of Toy Story, every single Pixar movie since A Bug's Life.
Bug's Life to Toy Story 3. And then after Toy Story 3, I kind of segued into short film direction and now feature co-direction. So
you've said that Empire is actually one of your favorite movies.
Yeah, it's number 3 right now.
Number 3.
Yeah. 2 is Raiders and 1 is Aliens, and it kind of oscillates between them.
Okay.
But, yeah.
So how did Empire inspire you as a filmmaker?
Well, I think it was the first movie that really had a terrifically downbeat, depressing ending. It wallows a little bit in the uncertainty because it is the end of the second act, or the midpoint of the movie of the original trilogy. Side note, what's your favorite bounty hunter?
Not Boba Fett. I'm really not a Boba Fett fan.
What, you don't like Boba Fett?
No, he's so overrated.
Exactly.
In the films.
He's a metaphor for our times. It's fantastic.
Here's the thing, the bounty hunters weren't really my thing. I was more about all of the aliens in the cantina. Like, Ponda Baba is my favorite like background character. I love him.
But he like loses an arm.
Oh yeah, no, he's you know.
I don't even think
he was. He's just kind of like a random jerk at the bar.
But he didn't do anything.
So
I didn't even think he was. I think he was just asking for a drink.
He had a cool jacket.
He does have a dope jacket.
He has a dope jacket. Anyway, you've said that Wally is more R2-D2 than C-3PO. Can you elaborate on what that means, what his characterization came from?
Well, the limited nature of Wall-E is what makes him both like a trash compactor robot. When designing the motion for him, you wanted to have functionality first, and you would get character out of that functionality of the individual mechanics of the way that the character looked.
Star Wars sound designer Ben Burtt also worked on Wall-E. Did you get a chance to work with him directly at all?
I did. Working with Ben is a true joy. In fact, he has this little lab that he has up at Skywalker where he'll invite you in and you'll go, oh yeah, actually what you're holding there, that's actually the toilet cover that's that when you move it along the top of the toilet, it's like literally the cover of the toilet. That's the sound of the Ark of the Covenant being unearthed. Actually, and he's like, I better take that home and put that back on the toilet. Like, it literally was still the same toilet, I think. But no, he would share with everybody the knowledge of what he'd gone through. We would have these lectures he did one on Star Wars, one on Empire Strikes Back, I think one on Raiders, and he would talk about each of the sound effects and where he came up with those sound effects. And so it was such a great sense of learning and really just a baton passing of generations. But it was also a collaboration, and we worked together really closely, the animation team and him, to come up with the character of Wall-E and Eve, and it was a fantastic experience.
What is it like working on Finding Dory? What differences, challenges are involved?
I think the anticipation for a sequel to Finding Nemo is so huge that it would be really easy to be intimidated by that. So the way I kind of looked at the situation was, I was like, okay, I'm just going to try and make the movie. There's a movie I want to see, the best movie I would like, and try to make it every step of the way true and real and hilarious. And thankfully, having seen the final film, let me tell you, I think we did it, and I'm very excited about it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for
Thank
your
you so
time.
much.
This was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And all of you at home, go see Finding Dory on June 17th. We'll be back with more Star Wars show in a minute.
I can't believe you don't like Boba Fett. I don't know.
You know,
I think
The Star Wars show presents Everything is Important. This week, Admiral Ozzel. Admiral Ozzel was the probe droid doubting, Darth Vader disobeying Imperial officer whose order to come out of hyperspace directly over Hoth didn't go as well as he planned. Without Admiral Ozzel, the Empire probably wouldn't have alerted the rebellion of their presence, allowed Luke to escape to Dagobah and become a Jedi, Leia to completely fall in love with Han, and Darth Vader to reveal one of the biggest spoilers of all time. Because without Ozzel, there is no rebel victory. And without Ozzel, Star Wars would have never had this phrase.
You have failed me for the last time.
Epic fail indeed, Lord Vader.
So important, Admiral
So
Ozzel.
important. Saves the day with clumsiness, stupidity, and isn't even a Gungan.
Rebels, they owe him a big thank you. Big shout out to YouTuber Aldius and Dr. Mad Studio on Twitter for the suggestion. Also, huge thanks to everyone who suggested characters like Wilro Hood, IG-88, Lobot, and even Boba Fett.
Isn't Boba Fett kind of the opposite of underrated? He's been in Empire, Jedi, comics, bathrobes, the Clone Wars, but especially the holiday special, because nothing says Happy Life Day like a bounty hunter pistol whipping a dinosaur.
Which is why we want to see your Boba Fett collections. Tweet your photos to @StarWars using the hashtag AlwaysBetOnFett, and we'll feature our favorites here next week.
And as always, remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel on YouTube, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Google+, and for more Star Wars happenings from around the galaxy, check out StarWars.com.
Thanks, and we'll see you next week.
Peter sits down with visual effects legend Dennis Murin. We check out the latest Star Wars tabletop games and much, much more. Now, from the Lucasfilm headquarters, it's the Star Wars Show.
Hello,